So good evening, everybody. This is Jennifer D'Souza. Like I introduced earlier, I work for the Qatar Institute for Speech and Hearing. I'm a master's in biotechnology with 10 plus years of experience, and I'm a learning project manager at the moment. The topic given to me was understanding organizational structures, and I was requested to take the information from the PMP 6th edition that was available online. All right, so without any further ado, I will begin. I'm supposed to wrap this presentation up in 10 minutes and less. So there are 5 parts to the presentation. The first part, I'll cover just a few keynotes. I'll just take you through a few definitions that you need to understand. The functional organization, the matrix organization, and the project-oriented organization. And then we will just conclude before I move on to the next presenter. All right, the first slide regarding the keynotes is in the 6th edition, the main focus is on the 3 major types of organizational structures, namely functional organization, matrix organization, and a project-oriented organization. All right, just correct me if I'm wrong. This is as per what I got. When it comes to definitions, you need to just put your focus on these 2 main definitions about what is a functional manager and who is a project manager. I've highlighted the keywords for you. A functional manager, he or she provides management oversight, okay, and it's more like a functional unit organization. But when it comes to a project manager, this individual more like leads the team to achieve an assigned objective. It's different from the functional manager. When you look at an organizational structure, the 2 key main points you have to focus on is control over your resources and communication flows. This is just a slide to give you a brief about the project manager's authority, because we are going to cover the functional and the project-oriented section and the 3 main buckets that fall in between, which is a weak matrix, a balanced matrix, and a solid matrix. So by the end of the presentation, if you are a project manager, you should be able to scale yourself on this particular arrow, exactly where you lie in your organization and as an individual. The first one, functional organization. I have just put a key graph on this side just as a reference for you. Functional organization is where your staff members are grouped by specialty, and the specialties can be further subdivided. All right, the examples are given to you. Each department will do the project work independently apart from the other departments. The functional manager over here maintains the budget, whereas the project manager's role is only part-time. Okay. Advantages and disadvantages of a functional organization. Advantage, you have a clear superior and a very defined career path for the employee. When it comes to disadvantages, your project manager here has no authority. They are interested mostly in functional work, and the communication channel is very long because you have to go through the functional unit, the functional manager, and then end it. The second, which is your matrix organization, it is a blend of your functional organization and the very last one, which is your project-oriented organization. Depending on the influence of the power, you have 3 types: weak, balanced, and strong. We'll do the advantages and disadvantages, and then I will go through the 3 main buckets. Advantages of this matrix one is that you have a defined career path, better communication channel, and improved authority when it comes to project manager. The disadvantage is you have to report to 2 bosses, your project manager and the functional manager. Now the first bucket, which is your weak matrix, this is what it looks like. Weak matrix maintains all the characteristics of the first one, functional organization. It's similar to the first one. Over here, the functional manager manages your project budget, and the project manager's role is part-time again. It's very similar to the first one. The role of your project manager is twofold here. Either they could be a project coordinator or a project expediter. If you are a coordinator, you have the power to make some decisions, okay, and you have some authority. But if you are an expediter, you cannot take or enforce decisions personally. Mostly you work as a staff assistant or a communications coordinator. There are two types of roles for a project manager here. All right. Any questions on this?
Do you understand what she's saying?
Are you understanding? Anything you
Do
want me to
you?
repeat?
So let's
Yeah.
pause for a moment
Yes.
because
Yes.
it seems like we are still in Saudi and Argentina discussion.
Yes.
Guys, we have many types of organization structures. And once you start an organization, you will decide what is the hierarchy of people among your or within your organization. Once you're
Yeah.
in an organization, for example, like yours, you have an architecture unit and you have a head for that unit, and you have a mechanical unit and you have a head for that mechanical unit. You have an electrical unit and a head for that unit. Head means a project in itself, not a project manager. Department manager or lead architect or head of architecture department. This guy is the functional manager. If your organization is giving that guy the full authority to control the architectural unit, plus the budget assigned for that unit, either for drawing, hiring, firing, training, investment, whatever he is making the decisions over the budget for that organization, every project that they are working in, that means he is overriding the authority for the project manager. Which project manager? Let's say that your organization has a hospital project and there is a Jasser who is the project manager for the hospital. And there is Mr. Omar, he is the architecture department head. Sherwood, the electrical department head. Randa, the mechanical department head. For me, I don't have any authority to force Randa to give me their people, her teams, members to work in the project, despite the fact that I am the project manager for the hospital. Our organization is working that I will be delegating the scope of, for example, mechanical for the mechanical team members, getting them or allocating them on the project that I work in, but she still has the authority to manage them. They will be reporting to Radha, and Radha can allocate them on other projects if she needs. On the other hand, she is controlling the spending on their training, growth, salary, and so and so and so. This applies to all other functions, contracts, QA/QC, procurement, and so on in the organization. So this is which one? The functional organization. If we start delegating the authority for the project manager over the functional manager, which means that the team is allocated for doing whatever under the project manager, then this is mostly going towards the project oriented because the team is already oriented or sorry allocated for the sake of this project, and mostly they will be laid off after the project or allocated to other projects with other project managers. And in this project orientation, she will be explaining that the project manager has the full authority. In between, we have the other type of organizations, which is the matrix and
The
the
matrix,
organization.
yeah.
Depends on which authority is given to the project manager, how the team is being allocated, and why we are allocating those team members, to whom they are reporting, and some other things she would be inshallah
Yeah.
explaining in the presentation.
Like,
So now I think it's clear on where we are going with this presentation. She is doing an incredible work, guys. So please, the information here is very important. She's doing that in a great way. To be honest, better than me. Her presentation is better than mine. So please, let's focus and please participate.
okay. So I just want you to remember or try and memorize this arrow while we proceed with the presentation. We finished the functional part. When it comes to the matrix part, it's divided into 3 sections, and you can see the weak matrix is more inclined towards the red side of the arrow, functional. You have balanced, which is going to be a 50-50 part of it. You have a strong matrix, and then you have project oriented. All right?
And I
Yes,
will
yes.
take the mouse, so I will be pointing on the screen for the online guys, and you can still move within your
All
slides.
right,
Okay?
all right. I can move now?
Yes, I just use the pen, then you do
Okay.
whatever you want.
Yeah. So we have done the functional part, the matrix part. We've completed the weak one. Now I'll go to the next one, which is a balanced matrix. So a balanced matrix recognizes the need for a project manager over here. This is where you identify, this is where you need a PM here. Now the project manager here is a full-time role but does not have full authority over the project funding, okay, over the project and the funding, both. The balance is maintained between both of them over here. You have the functional manager and the project manager working together. The project decisions and the budget responsibilities are both shared. This is right in the middle of the arrow, which is why it would be shared at this place. You're looking at the next one, which is a strong metrics organization. Here, the characteristics are more towards the project-oriented organization. Here, full-time project managers with considerable authority. The role is full-time. And the functional manager is mostly concerned with professional development and organizational needs for the employees, and he or she has to ensure these are met. Okay, this is more the role of the functional manager here. And here the project manager manages the project budget. So far, he or she wasn't. The last one, which is project-oriented organization. Here, all the resources are involved in the project work. The advantages, you are loyal to the project and there is very effective communication. The disadvantages, there is a little amount of demotivation because you are anticipating the end of the project over here, and it could lead to duplication of resources here. Here again, project manager's role is full-time. The project managers have a great deal of independence and authority here, and they manage the project budget here. Right? Any questions so far? Are we good on the scale? All right. And that was it. I covered the 6th edition on organizational structure. So I leave the question, just something for you to think about. What kind of organizational structure do you work in right now? And it would be nice if you could share your thoughts as well to see how.
The question now.
Yes.
You can participate, guys. Which type? Who wants to participate?
I can go to the scale so they can remember. Yeah.
So we have an answer here.
Yes.
Yeah, I am currently in the project oriented. So there is a chief executive, under there is a project manager, and we are under the project manager. So the project manager having the authority for everything.
For everything, okay.
And the team is for the project.
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you think, Dr. Omar?
That's very nice presentation.
Thank you. All right.
What is the type of your organization?
I'm working in a functional oriented.
Functional. You see, guys, now we started to know why our organizations are operating in such a manner like what's happening in your organization. Online, guys, who wants to tell us which organization is yours? Maybe the beautiful.
I work for a completely functional organizational.
Great, very nice. And to this extent, guys, I want to show you something which is organizational structure types. BM book, mute please. 6th edition. This is very important. I think you need to have a look at such a slide. This one. This is found in the 6th edition. Cool. I can maybe make it bigger. Yes, this one. This one will give you a summary of the differences and similarities between the organization types. On the left side, sorry, you will find those types: organic or simple, functional, multi-divisional or whatever you call it, and strong matrix, weak matrix, balanced matrix, project-oriented, virtual, fully virtual, and hybrid, and PMO. We have a presentation about the PMO, right? Who has that one? Yes, thank you. And here you will find the features. What is the work team organized by, or how they are organized by? The project manager authority. It will make your life easier. The slide will make your life very easy. And project manager role, either part-time, full-time, for the project, not for the project. Resource availability, how they can get the resources. Who handles the budget? Project manager or owner or functional manager, and project management administrative staff. Are they a full-time or part-time, or they are just supporting or consulting or whatever? This is very important. This is from the 6th edition. Now you have it in the video because we are recording and you can use it for your study material. Any question, guys? We are
So basically there are three types of organization structures, and then all these are
embedded within
subdivisions.
those
Yeah.
types.
So PMO is also part of metrics or what?
Yes, there is a PMO. When you have a project management office, it will be a PMO organization if they are handling the management of the projects. I have three types. I think Asma will be deciding that now. Due to that question, jump in, please. So we are going with Miss Asma presentation. So